over the weekend, I got to the theater, and I got to see the movie Sinners.
Oh, no spoilers.
That everybody is talking about. I won't do any spoilers for the sake of the listeners, not because of Travis, but regardless, you get the result that you want, so I think that that's fine. But it's the Ryan Coogler movie. It's very hard. They call it a horror movie, which I guess
is it?
It's a mixed bag. I would say. I was terrified.
Okay.
I would say it's almost like it's a period piece meets a coming of age meets horror movie.
It's about vampires, right?
Yeah. Well, it gets there. Yeah. It's a pretty remarkable movie. I really loved it.
Yeah.
It's so he got this amazing deal on it that everybody's talking about because people are really looking at it for how this is going to affect the industry at large, where not only to make this movie, because Ryan Coogler's done a ton of stuff, to make this movie for Warner Brothers, they gave him Final Cut, which already is a huge victory. And you can totally tell, by the way, when you see this movie, that he got Final Cut on it, and not in a bad way. Like, it feels like one person had a story to tell, and he goes out of his way to kind of wrap things up, to put bows on everything that needs a bow put on it. It really is like you leave feeling like, yes, I saw this complete story, and that somebody had a reason for making this movie. That's what I really love. When you go to a movie and it doesn't feel like, oh yeah, we should make this and everybody has their hands in and we should make this because we'll make a whole bunch of money, everybody will go see it. Like when you see a movie that you're like, yep, somebody had a story to tell and this is the story that they wanted to tell. I love that stuff.
Those are the best movies.
Yes, exactly. And that's the exact feeling that I got from this. Even in the post credits, mid credits scene.
One or two.
It's like a bit. It would be difficult to miss.
Okay.
But he got.
I stick around until way after the credits.
Me too.
Just to make sure.
For every movie now.
The lights are on. They're cleaning up the popcorn. And
I'm there.
Like, hang on.
They're trying to shoo the chicken out of the movie theater.
I
go, I'm sticking around. I want to see the movie. The usher comes in and he goes, "There's no bonus scene." I go, "You just sit right there and let me find out for myself." But he not only got Final Cut on it, but he also signed this deal where I think like he makes his royalties back before other people do, which is unheard of. And the big one is that after 25 years, ownership of the movie reverts to him. So instead of having to sign away like everybody that makes a movie, the studio owns the movie. Like, that's how these studios have these massive catalogs of movies. But he signed this deal where after 25 years, the ownership of Sinners will go from Warner Brothers back to Ryan Coogler, which is a pretty amazing way to do things because long-term, that's how you're going to, make money off of movies like this and be able to control it and control where it goes and control, what you do with the IP and the franchise and everything like that. So I think that's great, but it basically like
I don't know why it's such a big deal. I don't mean to cut you off.
Go ahead.
Like, this is not the first time something like this has happened.
No, it's not an unheard of deal.
But everybody's like, "Oh my God, can you believe what Ryan Coogler got?"
I think people didn't realize how big Ryan Coogler is.
I guess so because Tarantino's done this deal.
Right.
Christopher Nolan's done this deal. Eli Roth has done this deal.
I think people
didn't expect Ryan Coogler to have that kind of
right. And there's
power.
there's a million reasons why people might not have expected
for sure.
it. Like,
absolutely.
For me, it makes perfect sense. Like, Ryan Coogler is in that conversation of people that you just said. Now he's 100% in that conversation, especially after Sinners. I mean, it really is great. Like, it takes place in like the 1930s in Mississippi, and like it's very sort of there's
somebody gets drafted, they don't get the phone call.
Oh no! You're thinking of 1955.
Okay, sorry.
It's Syracuse.
Okay.
No, but it's very like historically based at first, and telling this historically based story, not true, but like historically based story that then leads into this place where you're like, holy shit, what's going on? And you start to get a little tease here of like where we might be going, a little tease there of where we might be going and how we're getting there. And then it hits and you're in this totally different world. And you're there. Like, he brings you on the ride where once you get there, you're like, yes, this is deserved. Like, you know how, and it drives me crazy in these, like, supernatural type movies where you haven't earned the right to make me believe that, like, monsters are here or whatever. Like, you can't just have monsters show up and be like, yeah, there's monsters here now, so watch the thing. I go back at that point to making movies because you have a story to tell versus because you just want to make this movie or because you want to make money. Here, it's like, yeah, we've been on this ride and, like, we've taken this journey with these characters. And so now when it gets crazy, we're there with you, and we're riding along with you, then it's just it's really well done. Michael B. Jordan plays twins, which is always a risk, I think. You know, having the actor, you know, play and he does it the whole movie. It's not like
it's hard.
Yeah, but he does an excellent job. So
I can't wait.
Yeah, I would.
I'm gonna say it's got great buzz.
Yeah, a lot of buzz. They were saying, and I think it came out at the same time as Minecraft, so people weren't like...
I think this is the second week it's been out, so it came out a couple weeks after Minecraft.
Is Minecraft at 4 now?
I think so, yeah.
Yeah. They said that, but you know it's got that good word of mouth, because they said that this was its second week, and it has had the lowest drop from first week to second week in, like, forever.
Yeah.
Like, it set records with how well it did the second week, and I think it's going to continue on that run, you know, because I still think it felt like over this weekend people were just like at first, and it goes back to the thing about people being surprised, because I think that there are people who don't realize how good Ryan Coogler is, but
Black Panther,
that's what I'm saying.
Creed,
that's what I'm saying.
Not even the band.
And by the way, I love the band. Okay, so we could put that out there too, but like. I'm over superhero movies, right? I'm done with it.
I feel like a lot of people are.
But I've been over it, and I've told you about that. I was over it a long time ago. And then Black Panther comes out, and I go, actually, that was amazing. And I go, you know, I saw Rocky Balboa, old Rocky, and I was like, do I need more of a Rocky story? And then I saw Creed, and I go, this is excellent. That was amazing. Because of Ryan Coogler,
yeah,
you know what I mean?
It's the storytelling.
Right, because he's so good.
That's the reason why, like, you know, Guardians of the Galaxy was so successful, because of the storytelling, because James Gunn had a story to tell.
It was a great story.
He told that story through those characters, but he had a story to tell.
Right.
Same thing with Ryan Coogler and Black Panther.
Right.
You know?
Right. So I think that there were, like, the Ryan Coogler fans, like, they jumped in the first week. And then now people are slowly going, oh, I keep hearing about this. Yeah. This weekend, it felt like even more people were, like, kind of talking about it and going, oh, I've heard of this movie. I really hope that they don't pull this movie out of theaters and put it on a streamer quickly like they've been doing with so many movies. Like, I hope this thing stays in theaters for a little bit longer, because I feel like it's one of those movies that has legs and people will continue to keep going to see.